Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Greetings of the leadership in Lebanon to His Majesty the Sultan are conveyed by His Excellency the Lebanese ambassador when he was received by His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Sayyid. Under the royal blessings from His Majesty the Sultan, the sessions of National Programme for Leadership and Competitiveness in the Government sector starts. The Council of Financial Affairs and Energy Resources stresses the importance of continuing procedures of public spending control and increasing non-oil revenues. And the Public Authority for Radio and Television signs an agreement for transmitting soccer matches with Oman Football Association. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Sayyid, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, today received His Excellency Hussam Deeb, Ambassador of Lebanese Republic to the Sultanate. The ambassador handed over a written message to His Highness Sayyid Fahad from His Excellency Tamam Salam, Prime Minister of Lebanon, in relation to supporting fields of joint cooperation between the two brotherly countries. The ambassador conveyed greetings of the leadership in Lebanon, along with best wishes to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said, hailing the Sultan's balanced policies, thanks to the wise leadership of His Majesty, as well as the rapid progress made at the domestic level. Conversation during the meeting reviewed the strong bilateral relations and means of enhancing them, stemming from the strong fraternal relations binding the two brotherly people, in addition to reviewing several current issues at the regional arena. Under the royal blessing from His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the National Programme for Leadership and Competitiveness in the Government sector inaugurated today the participation of a number of their excellencies under secretaries of the ministries. The programme focused on a mechanism of joint business between the government and private sector, in addition to the role of governmental sector in enhancing the environment of work and investment atmosphere in the Sultanate. The programme session will address a number of issues relevant to Oman, such as global mega trends in the 21st century that will offer opportunities and pose challenges to governments around the globe, creating an enabling environment for public-private partnership, addressing success factors for public-private partnerships, and that what can be learned from other countries' experiences, enhancing government sector performance through scenario planning and identification of leadership roles in the development process, and enhancing the most important factors affecting competitiveness in the Sultanate, which were identified through a specialized survey conducted among private sector leadership representing the Sultan's different economic sectors. On the occasion of the Prophet's Hijrah anniversary, peace be upon him, and the advent of the new Hijri year 1438 AH, His Excellency Sayyid Khalid ibn Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of Royal Court, Chairman of the Civil Service Council, issued a decision that the first day of Muharram 1438 AH will be an official leave for the employees of the ministries, public authorities and other departments of the state's administrative apparatus, as Muharram moon sighting will be declared by the concerned authorities. His Excellency Shah Abdullah bin Nasser Al Bakri, Minister of Manpower, also issued a decision on the occasion of the new Hijri year 1438 AH, declaring that the first day of Muharram 1438 AH will be an official leave for employees at the private sectors, companies and establishments. The decision allowed employers and employees to agree on compensating this holiday if necessity arises. All employees in the public and private sectors seize this blessed occasion to extend their heartfelt greetings and best wishes to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, praying to Allah the Almighty to protect His Majesty, grant him good health, happiness and long life, and for the return of this and similar occasions on His Majesty, the Omani people and Muslims all over the world with well-being and blessings. The Council of Financial Affairs and Energy Resources stressed on the importance of continuing procedures of public spending control and increasing non-oil revenues due to the rise of the actual deficit attributed to oil price decline. During its third meeting of the year, the Council reviewed some indicators of the financial performance for the first 7 months of the current year, such as the actual prevailing oil price, actual revenues and levels of spending. Therefore, the Council approved a number of procedures with regard to boosting revenues and reducing expenditure to be reviewed again after being studied by authorities concerned. The Council also reviewed a memorandum of implementation of the State General Budget for the fiscal year 2016 and the results expected until the end of the year. It discussed foundations and assumptions based on which estimates of the State General Budget for the fiscal year 2017 will be prepared, in addition to reviewing topics relevant to oil and energy sector, namely results of the study prepared on the National Energy Strategy, besides procedures required to be undertaken for enhancement of the economic value of energy resources in the Sultanate. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail Al-Balushi, Minister responsible for Financial Affairs and Deputy Chairman of the Council of Financial Affairs and Energy Resources. The Central Bank of Oman's Board of Governors during its meeting reviewed various issues on its agenda, including the economic and financial reports up to 30th June 2016, as well as the activity report of CBO's departments during the period under review. The board reviewed and endorsed the annual budget of the College of Banking and Financial Studies for 2016-2017. It also reviewed the action taken by CBO and licensed bank operating in Oman with regard to financing of small and medium enterprises. It reviewed the CBO's financial position at the end of August 2016 and performances of CBO's external investment during the period under review. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Mohammed bin Musa, Deputy Chairman of CBO's Board of Governors. The Public Authority for Radio and Television signed an agreement for transmitting football matches with Oman Football Association for 3 sports seasons starting from the current season 2016-2017. The agreement included procedures with regard of transmission of football matches, local contest, national team football matches, and achievement of marketing partnership between the two parties. This agreement will contribute in developing Omani football and enrich viewers with sports events. It was signed on behalf of the authority by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser Al-Harrasi, Chairman of PART, and on behalf of the association by Syed Khalid bin Hamid Al-Busaidi, Chairman of Oman Football Association. Syed Khalid bin Hamid Al-Busaidi said that this agreement strengthens the long-term relation between the association and channels related to PART, through which he hopes to achieve joint financial revenues for the benefit of existing clubs and to serve the football progress in general. In order to develop school curricula to suit characteristics of the learner, the Ministry of Education organized a training program on response mechanisms of school curricula for the request of Omani learner growth. It is one of the series of progresses being organized by the Ministry of Curriculum Development members. It aimed to provide practical procedures to enable them to know the characteristics of a learner in various school phases and then teach knowledge that keep pace with changes and features of the learner. The Sultanate joins the world countries in marking the World Pharmacists Day, which falls on September 25th each year. The Sultan's celebration of this day comes on a bid to raise public awareness of the role played by pharmacists and encourage the activities that enhance and defend the role of pharmacists in improving healthcare. This year's theme, Pharmacist Caring for You, targets the different categories of pharmacists, health workers and organizations, as well as health decision makers in all sectors of society. This day aims to enhancing the quality of healthcare services rendered to patients by ensuring safe and effective use of pharmaceutical products and highlighting the complementary role played by the pharmacist as an active member of the medical team. Still to come in our news bulletin. National Ferries Company operates the second regional destination to the Islamic Republic of Iran. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The statistics released by the National Center for Statistics and Information, NCSI, pointed out that the GDP per capita decreased by 17.3% in 2015 to stand at 6,456 Omani Riyals compared to 7,803 Omani Riyals in 2014. The per capita of gross national income decreased by 15.5% in 2015 to register 6,242,000 Riyals against 7,385 Omani Riyals in 2014. NCSI statistics also pointed out that the GDP at the current prices stood at more than 26.8 billion Omani Riyals, recording a decline by 13.8%. The population by the end of the year stood at 4.159 million. The gross national income, which includes the GDP at the market price and the net initial income from the foreign world, stood at more than 25.9 million Riyals, a decline by 11.96% in 2015 compared to 29.4 million Riyals in 2014. Muscat Securities Market (MSM) published a disclosure guide for listed public joint stock companies so as to be a reference for these companies to know the legal responsibilities pertaining to disclosure at the capital market sector in the Sultanate. The disclosure guide has been prepared by MSM in cooperation with the Capital Market Authority. The guide is divided into chapters covering all disclosure aspects. It shall facilitate defining the types of information and news which should be disclosed in form and content, and devices for disclosure, as well as the date and time which must be compiled with. National Ferries Company NFC operated the second regional destination to the Islamic Republic of Iran from Khasab port in the governorate of Musandam to Bahonar port in Bandar Abbas. This journey takes 2 hours by the ferry Hormuz. NFC will operate 4 weekly journeys via new route. The launch of the NFC second regional destination to Banuhar port after Hashem Island Island route, which was launched last July, comes to complete its project and vision represented in provision of advanced marine transport services for passengers, goods and vehicles between local and regional ports to enhance communication and integrity in various economic, touristic and investment fields between the two countries. In the Dhofar University, this introductory program of Royal Youth Initiative Award, which implemented the Royal Journalism and Publication Institution in cooperation with Occidental Oman Company, was inaugurated. The award targeted Omani Axel youth from schools, universities, institutes and other educational institutions. The inauguration included presenting a number of successful experiences for excellent Omani youths at a number of projects, in addition to present a lecture titled Introductory View at Developing Innovation Level. The award aimed to highlighting innovations and talents by the Omani youth, in addition to enhancing concept of entrepreneurship and social leadership, beside encouraging youths to excel the innovative at various fields. More than 1,150,000 Omani riyals was the volume of real estate trading in the Sultanate during last August, with financial returns of around 4,144,000 riyals. This was made through 32,900 legal acts, including sale, granting, inheritance and mortgages and other transactions. The Governorate of North Batna recorded the highest rate in sale transactions last month compared to the rest governorates of the Sultanate, followed by the Governorate of South Batna and then the Governorate of Muscat. The Governorate of Musandam recorded the least rate in sale transactions. The Ministry of Housing issued 20,698 ownership deeds, including 3,357 new land plots registered for the first time. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with cloud accumulation and scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be northeasterly light to moderate over the coast of the Sea of Oman, while the rest of the coast it will be southeasterly to south light to moderate. Seas will be moderate along most of the coast with a maximum wave height of 2 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Greetings of the leadership in Lebanon to His Majesty the Sultan are conveyed by His Excellency the Lebanese Ambassador when he was received by His Highness Sayyid Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Sayyid. Under the royal blessings from His Majesty the Sultan, the session of National Programme for Leadership and Competitiveness in the Governorate sector starts. The Council of Financial Affairs and Energy Resources stresses the importance of continuing procedures of public spending control and increasing non-oil revenues. And the Public Authority for Radio and Television signs an agreement for transmitting soccer matches with Oman Football Association. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studios of the newsroom, it's good night.